Alright there, YouTube. This is what we're going to do today. We're going to take mosin nagant and we're going to sporterize this thing today, and I'm going to show the process. First off, I'm going to show, yeah, it's empty. Ain't nothing in it. But we're going to document this as we go, so stay tuned. Alright, first thing you got to do is remove that front sight base. I already knocked it loose using the drift punch. I'm going to set that aside. Get this cleaning rod off of here. That way we can get these rings off. Slide that one, slide it forward. You gotta take that front sight off to get that front ring off. I gotta get this back ring. Alright, now we got that off. Take this thing out of this stand. Take that stand off there, throw it on the floor. Alright, now we're going to remove the magazine follower and base plate. Start undoing the screw that holds the magazine and the trigger guard in. Flip it over. And remove the screw that holds the action in. Alright, get this screw out of here. That way the magazine catch comes out along with it. And we remove the lower stock. And that's all there is to taking that part of it apart. Next thing we gotta do is knock out this front sight, and as soon as we get that started, I'll be right back. Alright, now we're going to knock this pin out. Oh man, that sucker's in there too. I have to get another tool. Alright, now we got this pin out. Remove the front sight base. Right down in here, there's a little spring, a little leaf spring. We gotta get that out. That should just pull right up on out of there. As you can see, we still got a little bit of cosmoline in there, so we're gonna clean that out with some alcohol and Q-tips. Make sure we get it all nice and clean before we put it back together. Alright, now we're gonna drop the upper receiver into this ATI Monte Carlo stock. It's a fiberglass synthetic. And we're going to test fit it real quick, see if we're going to have to do any trimming. Yeah, looks like we're going to have to do a little trimming right up in here in this area. Right up here where the chamber is. As you can see, I kind of already marked with a pencil lightly on the stock what we're going to have to trim off, just to get it all to fit right. I'm going to give this a quick trim with the Dremel tool, and we'll be right back. We just remove a little bit of material, scrape all the excess off with the fingernail. Seems to work good. You gotta do this a little bit at a time. Watch yourself. And we test fit the barrel. That's still a little bit on the rocking side. I just remove just a little bit more material in one spot and it should drop right up in there. There we go, nice snug fit. Now we're going to have to do a little trimming up here by where the barrel sits. And we'll basically do the same thing. I'm going to mark it here with my pencil in the areas that it's touching. And we'll be back after we do this area with the Dremel. Give this another test bit and see where else we got to trim. Looks like it's still in that one area. And we're just going to keep on trimming this thing till we get it to fit. Okay, as you can tell, we had to do a lot of milling in this thing to get the shell disruptor to fit right up in there. We even had to do a little bit, I don't know if you can see it here, inside the magazine well area, because it was squeezing the magazine. Did a little bit along the inside of the barrel channel, so everything fits nice and snug. Now we're going to start the final assembly. Alright, now we got the leaf spring and everything out for the front sight. We're going to install these small little Allen head screws into the ears of the base of the front sight. Use the supplied wrenches that came with it and tighten them up. One other thing I forgot to mention is when you go and put these on, make sure you put a little dab of Loctite on the threads of these Allen screws, so that way they stay on there and they don't come back out on you after you go shoot it a while. If I can hang on to the dang Allen wrench.
Without stripping it.
That too. Alright, next thing we're going to do, we got to level out this whole entire system so we make sure we got the platform for the scope mounted level. So that way when the scope goes on there, it makes it nice and easier to zero it in. We'll be right back after this. Alright, as we can see, we got the barrel all leveled up in the jig. And we got it level. A little bit of a twist to it. Got it level on the horizontal and the vertical. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to pull these mounting screws that are, or these leveling screws that are here, here, and here out. I'm going to put some Loctite on those, and then we'll get the mount itself level, because as you can tell, it just rocks back and forth. I'm going to get the Loctite on that, and I'll be right back. Alright, we got the 3 set screws that are in that area. Platform's nice and level now. Now all we got to do is tighten up them 3 little Allen screws right there, and that locks them all into place. Alright, we got the little set screws locked on there. Now we're going to get ready to mount the scope rings, as soon as we figure out where we're going to put those at. Okay, got the bottom of the bases mounted here, and underneath these screws I put a little bit of Loctite, just to make sure them bases hold good. We're going to be mounting a 2-7 by 32. It's a AIM Sports long eye relief scope. Yeah, it's just a little guy, but I think it'll work perfectly well for the purpose we're using it for. Now we're going to get the tops of these scope bases on and get this scope leveled out, and we'll be back. There she is, finished product. 1938 mosin nagant on an ATI stock with a Nagstar scope mount and an AIM Sports scope. When we finally get this thing to the gun range, we'll probably take y'all along with us, and we'll see how she performs once we get her zeroed in. Anyway, thanks again. This is the imprepped channel, and thanks for watching.